Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me for this quick webisode. I would like to redo a quick topic about how to fill out Form W7. I'm going to show a comparison between a new application and a renewal application. I will have a few pre-filled W7 form, and I would like you to see the difference, okay? And then we'll go from there. My name is Lily Cholton. I'm an enrolled agent, certified acceptance agent, electronic return originator, e-file provider, and certified QuickBooks Pro advisor. Today, I am going to discuss this with you. I'm discussing this with you as a certified acceptance agent. Okay, now let's go to the browser. I'm going to show you a W7 form. If for you to go get the W7 form, go to irs.gov and then on the search form, search for W7, and the search result will show Form W7 form. We'll see it right here, and instructions. I have clicked on the form and the instructions. So let's go to the form. Now I'm going to show you. Let's get this maximized. Okay, here there's two options: apply for a new ITIN, and another one, renew an existing ITIN. And you will have reasons you're submitting a Form W7 form. Okay, and you will have A to H. All right, so I'm going to discuss with you. If you're going to select A and F, you will have to have additional documentations required for this because you are claiming for exceptions. Okay, so I usually do not select these. These are a little bit, too much documentations required to use A and F. The best one to use is federal tax return related. Okay, if you are a U.S. resident based on days present in the United States, if you have been in the United States for about 183 days, then let's use this one. And if you are a dependent of a U.S. citizen resident alien, use this one. Okay, these need additional requirements like visa documentations, additional birth certificate, medical records, school records. So the best one that I really like to use is this one and this one. Okay, B, C, D, E. But for the C, D, E, they require additional documentations. Okay. And this one, I use this one as well depending on the documentations that you have. You see, I have to double check what type of documentations we have, but the safest, and I am telling you based from experience, is from B to E. Okay, so let's go to the information. These are pretty self-explanatory, so enter your information on here: your first name, middle name, and the last name. If your birth certificate has a middle name, make sure to put it on there. This information has to match what your supporting document is showing. If your supporting document, let's say for example a passport, is only showing W, then only put W on there. But if it's showing wonderful, make sure to put wonderful on there. Okay, now if you were married before and then you decided to change your name, make sure that you put it on there. If you were born with the name of wonderful, or like Superman and then what do you call this, American. So if you were born and the name that was given to you, your birth name was John Superman American, then make sure to put it on there. Your birth certificate, if your birth certificate is showing different name than your current name, make sure to enter it on there. If you don't, you're going to get declined. You're going to get rejected. Okay? So, alright. Now, if you're an applicant and you are in the United States, make sure to put it on there. If you have a PO box number, I do not recommend using a PO box number. If your PO box has a physical mailing address, use that instead. Okay, so I'm using here 123 any street, any state, America, USA 90212. Now, the way that you write your answers on here, city or town with a comma, state with a comma, or province and country. USA 90212. Include 90212, your zip code. Okay? So, city, state or province first, and then a country, and then the zip code. Do not do zip code and then the country. You have to follow as it is written on the form. Okay? Now, if you have a foreign address, if you are in the United States and then you have a foreign address, make sure to add it on here. Okay, now let me discuss it with you. If you are applying for an ITIN and you are not in the United States, and you don't have any address on here, do not use someone else's address, okay? Because there's a few of you that have relatives in the United States. You decide to use an American mailing address. If you truly and realistically do not have an address here in the United States, then don't do it. It's not a requirement that you have to give a US mailing address, okay? So if your address is only and you are only staying outside of the United States, then just put that address on here. Now for the birth information, make sure to follow the year. It's 4 digits, 2 digits, 2 digits, and 4 digits. Country of birth. Now pay attention to the form requirements. If it says optional, I don't want to put information on any form that are not required. I only try to put information that are required. So that's why I did not put information on here. Okay, countries of citizenship. If you have a foreign tax ID, if any, put it on here. Like for example, this Thailand, right? If there's a tax identification number that was issued to you in Thailand, make sure to put it on here. Because if you don't, then we're going to have a problem, because some documentations that will be required if you are using an exception, like if you're going to present, like for example, some payroll checks or tax documents that you received from the Thailand government, and then there's a foreign tax ID listed on there, then that might be a reason that you're going to get rejected. Make sure that any information that your supporting documents has all of the numbers on this form. Okay, if the supporting document that you are providing for your application does not have a foreign tax ID number, don't put it on there. But if it is on your supporting document, make sure to put it on there. Okay, now if you are going to use type a visa as a form of application, make sure that all information is listed on here. You have to follow this format. Type of visa, tourist visa, number, that's the number, and then the expiration date. The expiration date must be within 6 months of your application. I recommend it because we don't want to submit unexpired documents to your application. So this, if you have something on here, make sure to check USCIS documentations. Or if you are providing some form of other documents, like for example, student records, medical records for dependents and stuff like that, then you have to click other. Okay, if it's an other, you have to list it on here. what type of documents are you providing? Like, for example, medical records, right? Medical records, or medical and student records, right? Okay, so that is we have clicked on this because you have clicked on that. Now, if you are providing a passport as well, make sure to click on a passport on here, okay? If you are going to use a passport issued by, this is the most important one right here, the passport, okay? Additional documentations is only required if there's an exception that will qualify for you, okay? If passport is not enough to provide for your application, because sometimes it's not enough, okay? So for the passport, you have to enter on here the information, expiration on here. This is the main information. This is here. If you have a passport, make sure to fill this out. If you have USCIS documentation, then it will be attached. But if you have a passport, the passport is goes on top of the priorities of your supporting documents, because it is the best supporting documents out there for you, okay? Have you previously received an ITIN? Now, because let me show you, because you are applying for a new ITIN, you have to click no on here. But if you are applying for renewal, you have to click yes on here. And if it's a renewal, you have to make sure to enter all of this information on here, okay? Now, if I am going back and forth, I know, but each part of the form is connected with each other. So let's go back to having this as a new application and having this as a no ITIN that was issued before. Let's do a non-resident alien filing a U.S. federal tax return. Now, what is the difference for this, right? If you came in the United States using a tourist visa and then all of a sudden you decided to work, then this is the best option for you, because if you are working in the United States, you will need an identification an individual tax ID number. And it will also another use for this is if you want to open a bank account, a US bank account, okay? So this is very helpful on here. Now I'm going to show you what these are, so you know where to look, okay? So we're applying as a non-resident alien filing a U.S. federal tax return because you have a tourist visa, you found a job, and you want to file your tax return, you know. So, okay, so where are we? Okay, now for the USCIS documentation, if you came here on a student visa, right? Let's change this one, for example. Student visa. If you put on here, you came here on a student visa, then this is required for you. Name of college or university or company that sponsored you to come to the United States. City. Okay, so for example, let's say University of California, Los Angeles, right? So you're going to UCLA and Los Angeles, California. And your length of stay is 5 years, right? So because I know that some of my clients, they had student visas and their visa is active for 5 years. Okay, so that's it. So and then sign your application form. All these must be signed wet signature. Okay, do not forget to enter your information, your telephone number, right? Okay, now I do not certify with just a delegate only. The delegation only applies to dependents, okay? To dependents. If you're a parent and you have a dependent, if you are court-appointed guardian, if you're applying for someone else, and if you have a power of attorney. Now, because this certification requires the person applying for an ITIN. If John, what's the name of this person? If John Smith is applying for an ITIN and you have a delegate, you can have your delegate present with you. I will need to see you when I do a virtual certification if we're doing the certification. Okay? Alright, so now what do I do with this? Acceptance agents use only. You see, when you are applying this W7, you are required to submit this, mail this out directly to IRS if you are doing a mail-in application. Okay? And if you are doing a certification by CAA, the CAA will have to fill this information out. Okay? Now, the CAA can only verify your information, right? They say, okay, this person verifies that he is John Smith and the documents are acceptable. The AA still has to send out or mail in your application to IRS, the original applications. Okay? Okay, so what's the difference? Let me show you. There is another one on here. Okay, who can sign Form W7? Alright. Acceptance agents use only, which is this portion. You cannot touch this part. Okay, I can sign this, but if I'm only an AA, I will still need to send your original documents, supporting documents to IRS. Okay, so that basically defeats the purpose. Okay, so alright, so let me show you. When I say, if we go to the instructions for Form W7, what's new, purpose of the form, why do you need it, right? Why do you need to apply for it? Make sure to read it. And then if you are renewing, it tells you what to do, why you have to renew, right? Why you have to renew and where to send your renewals. Okay? ITINs for spouses and dependents. Everything that you need to know about your W7 application is here. Okay? Now what is the difference? You know what? Let me show you the supporting documents that are required. Okay, supporting documentations. You must submit documentation to establish your identity and your connection to a foreign country. Who are you? Why do you need a US ITIN number? Okay, and then you must submit original documents or certified copies of these documents from the issuing agency that supports the information provided on Form W7. Okay, let me repeat that. That supports the information provided on Form W7. Okay? Alright, so like I said earlier, the passport is the main document that I really like to use. Second is your USCIS documentation. The third is visa issued by U.S. Department of State. Okay, and then the rest follows. Alright, if you have any additional information or question that need answered ASAP, let me know. Okay, so let me show you your types of your options in applying. I have discussed this in another webisode, but let me show you. Okay, where to apply. You can apply in person. You can go to local IRS office. You can send your documents by mail, original documents, I recommend that you mail it out, okay? And then you can use a CAA acceptance, certifying acceptance agent service, okay? And then I have discussed this on another webisode. Please go to my playlist. This instruction will be there, okay? So this is just a quick overview of what our process is. So our process is obtain certified copies from the issuing agency of your supporting documents, book your CAA certification appointment, we verify your documents. After we verify your documents, we book your appointment for the virtual certification. When everything is complete, we send your application to IRS, and then if it's approved or denied, we're going to get the notice, a copy of the notice. You're going to get an original copy of that notice as well. So that's it. If your application is denied, we're going to resubmit your application. We're going to respond to IRS accordingly, okay? Our service is guaranteed to be approved. If it's denied, we will reapply for you free of charge, depending on the reason of the denial, okay? If the denial reason has to do with the information that you have provided us, or if you have withheld important information, then our guarantee is voided. Okay, thank you very much. Please do not hesitate to contact me. My telephone number is 310-800-1932. Again, my name is Lily Cholton. I am your certified acceptance agent. I am looking forward to doing business with you. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.